A lot of times I'm asked about, what it's like to be out there to umpire games. It's a lot of responsibility, actually. When you're at a major league level, we're talking about the best players in the world that are playing the game, and you need to be at that level. My name's Dale Scott. I'm from Eugene, Oregon. I was a professional umpire for 37 years. 32 of those were in the major leagues. You have to be able to make those decisions in a split second and be right almost always. Umpiring and officiating is so mental. It's so being able to be in the moment and understand what's happening and not let negativity keep creeping into your confidence level and just have everything implode. If I miss a pitch, I can't go, God, sit around and, dwell on it, but here's another pitch. You don't have time for that. You have to have a short memory in so many aspects because the next one's coming, and the next one after that, and the next one after that.
David taken all the way. So he steps out of the box and takes a strike. He flipped the bat. And a strike call will make it 3-1.
Reactions to plays and pitches and that kind of stuff sometimes can be very volatile.
You're here for one goddamn specific reason.
What's that, Earl?
To fuck us!
Ah, you're full of shit. Fuck you.
Goddamn years and years. And don't you ever put your finger on me.
Someone that doesn't handle confrontation well, that doesn't do well with yelling, screaming, trying to push you in a certain direction, this is not a job for you.
This week on ABC's Monday Night Baseball.
Leading off the bottom of the third was Walt Weiss. He hits a ball to Meacham, second baseman for the Yankees, and there was a question: did it skip into his glove, or did he catch it? A line drive and just catch it. It was very close. Walt Weiss would have been thrown out by 5 steps if Meacham had just looked up, but instead he just threw it around the horn. Right? Didn't even try to make a play at first. So Weiss is he's safe at first. So here comes Billy Martin running out of the first base dugout. And I'm off to the side just standing there. I'm the rookie on it's my third year. I'm the less senior guy. And all of a sudden, Billy turns to me and he said, "You saw him catch the ball." And I said, "No, Billy, he trapped it." And he said, "You're full of blank." Anytime you personalize, he could have said, "Well, that was the worst blank call." But he said, "You're full of blank." Sorry, ejection. Boom. Then we had quite a show, right? He's yelling at me and he starts to kick dirt. And it's still damp from when they had watered it down, so he couldn't get any dirt. So he just bent down, picked up dirt, and just threw it on me.
Now there is a little bit more to that story. Yeah, that was that day. But a few, 3 weeks later, something like that, our crew was supposed to go to New York to work the Yankees, and I got a call from Marty Springstead, who was the head of the American League umpires, and he said, "Scotty, we're going to switch you and Rocky Rowe that weekend. So Rocky's going to go to New York and you're going to go to Toronto." I found out later that the league office had received a letter that said if Dale Scott comes to New York, he's leaving in a body bag. Years later, there was a book written about Billy Martin. And supposedly he was so pissed off at umpires in general, and me in particular, apparently, that he had said we should just, rub him out or just get rid of him. That'll solve everything. But all of this fallout was from that one play, one ejection.
You're dealing with the best players, baseball players in the world, who are extremely competitive people, right? They're also, let's face it, this is a business. They're also being paid for what they do. Their statistics matter. We understand that. But we also have a job that we have to do. But if you want to just pound on umpires and say they're the problem, a lot of times my advice is, well, you know what? There's a shortage of officials all throughout the country. You're so good, maybe you should go umpire.
You made a call they didn't like. They had a problem with it. They had no problems letting you know. I do baseball myself, baseball. I'm the commissioner for baseball. So I deal a lot with umpires, and some of the things I saw, some of them I enjoyed, and others I didn't enjoy. Sometimes you had games and unfortunate situations would break out.
Tempers flaring at this Little League game involving 7-year-olds. Instead of celebrating good sportsmanship, parents turned into poor sports.
What is happening?
The brawl, caught on camera, broke out on the field at Westgate Elementary School after a call made by the umpire, who is just 13 years old.
It's leaving a pretty bad impression on a lot of young kids who I tried to bring them along, and after a year or two, they were good baseball players, but their career ended. Like I say, it's hard to get young kids to come up. They'll come, they'll try it. First 3 or 4 games, and a parent will come and start yelling and screaming at them, you suck, you this, you that. Officials are becoming more and more where you don't see young kids officiating anymore. It's all older guys. Like, we had a basketball game the other day. One of the officials was close to 80 years old. My grandchildren, I have a granddaughter 3 and I have a grandson who's 8. I'm almost afraid to have him play sports because of, what I've seen and what I'm afraid that I don't want to subject them to that. It's, and like I said, I don't think I'd even want him to be an umpire. My grandson.
I remember being asked when I was in the big leagues, are you ever concerned about security or, and I go, in the big leagues, not really. But that's where you need security was when I was working Little League. When I started, I loved it and wanted to continue on. And you have those people now, but they can't retain them because of all the BS. You're not going to get former AAA umpires working those games. Just like the kids have to learn the game and they make mistakes and do stupid stuff when they first are learning the game. You have umpires that have to learn to umpire. They're going to make mistakes. When a player misses a cutoff guy or throws the wrong base or whatever, that's a mistake. They're learning the game. Well, it's the same with umpires. They're learning how to umpire the game, and they're going to make mistakes. But that's how you learn. I think there's a real danger. You take somebody that maybe does have some potential to do well, and they never reach it because after a couple of years, it's like, I enjoy the umpiring. I can't stand and I can't handle the parents and the bullshit anymore. Why do we have these little leagues? It's for the kids, man. It's for them to enjoy and learn teamwork, learn how to lose. It's about working with people, lifelong friends that you played with. You're missing out on role models from coaches or assistant coaches that help shape you those formidable years in your teen years and stuff. You got to have time for the kid to be a kid.